Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you my October TBR, general October, and also specifically Squash That series, since that will be going on for a little bit more than 2 weeks of the month. If you haven't seen the Squash That series announcement video yet, I will link it in the cards above, as well as the description down below. Me and Kayla are hosting. I believe this is the 5th round of Squash That series. I haven't really been posting TBRs lately because I haven't had much of a plan around my reading. It's been a little chaotic over here. I've mostly just been trying to get to whatever I can manage, but this month I do have a plan set in place, mostly to strategize to make sure I win this round of Squash That series with my team. But I will have a little bit of time before Squash That series in which I plan on, even though this is a sequel, there's no way I could read this in that time frame. It's too big of a book. But for the rest of September and then that first little bit of October before the readathon starts, I am planning on finishing The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I am like 200 pages into it so far, so this is my plan before the readathon. And then my plan after the readathon, I did want to grab just like something that was festive, and I never got to this last year, so I would like to read The X-Hex by Aaron Sterling after Squash That series. But for my specific Squash That series TBR, I do have a little bit of a strategy going on here, but I'm not going to completely share that because this is teams, but you can kind of see what I got going on here based on what I'm about to show you. I have 3 like full-size adult books, which are these, starting with Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I've been continuing this series off for like too long, and I'm kind of mad at myself about it because I wanted to, my whole point of rereading was to like go through the series in one fell swoop. But now it's been almost a year since I read Queen of Shadows, so I feel a little bit like I should have just completely restarted this reread again, but I'm not going to. I do know the series pretty well, so I'm going to try to continue with Empire of Storms. This is the longest book on my TBR for the readathon. And then to finish 2 series, I'm going to read On the Way to the Wedding by Julia Quinn. This is the last book in the Bridgerton series, as well as The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. And I think this book has been on every single Squash That series TBR that we've done, so it's time. And then to throw in some fast ones, firstly I have the 2 books that we're planning on reading for the Magic Treehouse readathon in the month of October. Number 11, which is Lions at Lunchtime, and number 12, which is Polar Bears Past Bedtime. There will also be a nonfiction book for the month of October. I'm not sure what that is yet, but all nonfiction I tend to listen to on audiobook, so I'm sure I will make time for that as well. And then lastly, for Squash That series, I threw in 2 of the series of Unfortunate Events books. I have read through number 3, so I have number 4, The Miserable Mill, and number 5, The Austere Academy, to read during the readathon. Again, these are just fast ones to hopefully get a little bit of points for my team. But yeah, other things I have on my radar, if I get through all of that during the readathon, include I do have the next book in the Pages & Co. series, and I do also have The Risk by Elle Kennedy. I obviously could read more of those series of Unfortunate Events books. I have The Hawthorne Legacy. I have It Happened One Autumn. So I have some other things in my home here that I could reach for, but I honestly think what I have set aside here is a pretty ambitious TBR already. So those are my plans for the month. I'm hoping to have a great month of competition, and again, if you haven't checked out the Squash That series announcements for this round, go ahead and check those out. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!